Hi everyone, I hope you're all well right now. It's been a little while since I did a video, and this one is probably not going to be my most fun video ever, but given everything that is going on in the world right now, I thought it was worth just doing a little update and saying something about the situation and some tips, ideas for how to cope. I know a lot of people are either social distancing or self-isolating or even in full quarantine right now, and it can be frustrating and lonely. I know a lot of people are worried, and if you're not worried about catching the virus yourself, then you might be worried about more vulnerable friends and relatives, or you might be worried about what this means for your jobs when everything is so uncertain, when businesses are shutting down and losing income, and it's all worrying. And I know I'm in a better position than a lot of people are. I have a day job, which I can do remotely for the most part, and the company has switched over to fully working from home a couple of weeks ago. It's meant a few changes and a few things are more difficult, but for myself I have been able to press on with most of the workload that I was going to be doing and that I had planned, and I am still getting paid for the stuff I've been doing over these weeks. So I am aware that I am lucky to be working in that sort of job with a company that's in a stable position. So that is put me in a position where I can potentially help others by giving money to GoFundMes and donating to people who are less well off. And the company I work for has done some nice things to try and make things easier for those of us working there, like running virtual coffee breaks, and we have some regular online meetings where we can just turn on our webcams and talk to each other and have some form of human contact. It's not the same, and things are still difficult, and the lead contact on a project I've been working on seems to be struggling a little bit with the isolation. I'll call him up, and what was supposed to be a sort of 10-minute update about the project turns into an hour-long chat about how are we doing and how's he feeling and how he wants to set up a home gym or how he's thinking of getting back into cooking again. And I think he just wants contact. And I think there are a lot of people who are just like that, just going, hey, please give me some human contact, let me talk to somebody. And between one thing and another, it's difficult for a lot of people. And I don't know if you're one of those people. If you're at home on your own, especially if you don't have family or roommates that are with you, it can get lonely. And I would suggest maybe reaching out to people and setting up something regular, setting up something virtual. So I set up a virtual writers group. We had our first meeting last week, and it was a small group of us, so myself, a couple of people from an old writing group I used to be part of, and then a couple of their friends that they invited. And we had our second meeting yesterday, and that was just a handful of us, sort of people we knew. But it was fun. It was a group of friends meeting and talking. Yes, it was over the internet, but you feel like you still got that connection. You still get to socialise, and we were sharing our writing and chatting and interacting. And I would strongly recommend doing something of this sort. It doesn't have to be, say, a writers group. It could just be any sort of friendly chat. A couple of my friends are doing virtual D&D. I've seen people who will all queue up a film to watch at the same time while they're on chat, so that they can still sort of talk to each other, riff on it while they're watching. Just put something in your schedule, book something in that's a regular recurring thing that can give you a bit of a schedule. It can ground you in something that also lets you break through the loneliness. If you're stuck at home, this could be a perfect time to write. NaNoWriMo, the organisation behind National Novel Writing Month, are running Stay Home Rimo, and basically they're encouraging people to stay at home and to write and to produce something out of this terrible situation. And I've found in the past, sort of the official NaNoWriMo has been great for building a sense of community, a sense of we're all in this together around a writing goal. If you haven't ever tried NaNoWriMo, I would recommend it. It can be a great way of just sort of churning out words. It can be a lot of fun. And the goal for the sort of the full NaNoWriMo is to write 50,000 words in a month, which is tough. And there can be a real sense of camaraderie out of all of these people going for this goal. Stay Home Rimo is not quite the same, it's not the same challenge, but they're posting writing activities on their website, and there are hashtags and communities on social media that you can participate in. So if you want to, if you are a writer, that may be one way of keeping that social connectedness going and also trying to produce something. So I really applaud NaNoWriMo for putting this effort in and trying to make something good out of a bad situation and bring people together at a time when a lot of people are feeling distant, so good for them. And I think creating something in general can be a great way to push back against the low moods, the any sort of depression and difficult times, because when everything feels hopeless, if you've been creating something, crafting something, you can take a look at, hang on, I made that thing, and you can see a mark that you've made on the world. You can see something solid that you've created, and that could be writing a short story, it could be knitting a pair of socks. I've started experimenting with stick weaving. I haven't yet learned how to make anything more complicated than a scarf, but who knows, by the time all of this is over and we're allowed to go outside again, I might have learnt to make something wonderful. So who knows what I'll be creating. And yeah, it can be anything you think, I'd love to learn this skill, and yeah, you can take the time, try and learn it. And I know it can be difficult to create when your mind is full of worries. It can be difficult to find the mental energy to do something like write a story. I've been struggling a bit with that, and as I said, I know I'm in a better position than others, so maybe it doesn't have to be creative writing. I've actually started writing a diary again for the first time in years, and it can be quite soothing to put those emotions, to take those feelings and just put them down on a page, put them down in writing, and you can take feelings which might feel overwhelming at times and sort of put them in a book and create a bit of distance between yourself and these difficult emotions. So it's a thought, and if you don't feel up for creating, you can consume content, consume art by others. There are a lot of places and people putting things out there for free. There are free fitness videos and workouts being streamed over YouTube, and now, yeah, the National Theatre are going to be streaming some of their plays and performances out on YouTube, so I'm actually really quite looking forward to that. The first one is coming up this week. So yeah, there are things out there that you can go and consume, and there are several writers who are giving away some of their books to help people. I've put some links in the description to a few that I've come across, and including one of my own books. So I'm giving away The Adventures of Technicality Man as an ebook. This is by far the silliest thing I have ever written. It's a lot of fun. It's full of bad puns, ridiculous superhero powers, flagrant disregard for the fourth wall, and an army of superpowered cats. So it's silly fun, and I'm making it available for free in case anybody needs just a bit of a lift to their mood. So again, links in the descriptions for where you can download the ebook of that. Those links will work until the end of April at least, and I'll see what happens after that. Who knows, we might be in a better position at that point. We're all in a case of just, we'll have to wait and see. So that's things that you might use to take your mind off things. I don't have a magic piece of advice that will make all of this better, and I'm certainly not going to attempt to give out medical advice. I'm really not qualified for that. All I will say is check the World Health Organization guidelines on that front, because they will know better than me and have the latest updates. And all I can do is share some of the things that are helping me and hope that they'll help somebody else. Whatever you're feeling right now, you are not alone. We're all stuck in this horrible situation, and hopefully we can all get through this together. So that's it, and I'm going to try and have a more cheerful video next time. Yeah, and as usual, like and subscribe if you want to see more.